marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. For the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They'll look to throw now on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Second and 4.
Robinson up the middle. And some space here. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Third down and 8
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Now he'll tuck this and run. That is caught inside the 5. And the Falcons are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it.
A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Quick throw there is incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Wilson's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Jackson. That's caught. Jack Besh with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Hey, report! Report!
Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Michael Williams. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Jackson now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Hampton is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Lamar Jackson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. and they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
2nd and 9 now. This is caught by Williams. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And you look at this Saints defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about it. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
7-7, our score after 1. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throwing is Jackson. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
A gain of 15. And the Saints 1st down.
Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2nd and 6. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. They're going to look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. He's to the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson, 70 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look at repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to Hampton on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Room past the 35. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Saints.
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now 3rd down and very long. Now it's Jackson. He finds Wilson. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Jackson going to keep it running right. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go play action now. Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner, because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Here's Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Hampton going to try to punch it in. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1.
Sit hot! Sit hot!
He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd and goal, Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. T. Higgins from 3 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
His kick is
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since been... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Jackson now. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Jackson from the shotgun. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Jackson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Abdul Carter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll set up a throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On the handoff, it's Hampton. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Hampton, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quay Walker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
He'll take over first and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Give here to Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Again, it's Hampton. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Hampton. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. But it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Here we go, go!
Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the 1st.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Robinson on a give right side.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Now this one finds McConkey. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and a couple.
14-yard line. 8 yards on.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Back to throw here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Saints.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for New Orleans, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.